For this mouth shape, we're going to just build a kind of a open mouth shape. So with that, I'm actually going to just select all these and actually set a key. We'll start on 100, and so I'm just going to do a translate and a rotate. So it's just Shift W and Shift E, and select all the lip controls. And so actually I'm going to just hide those joints. So I just want all these, so I'm just holding down Shift and selecting the lip controls and just hitting Shift W, Shift E, and then at 105, or actually 110, hit Shift W, Shift E, and then at 105 we can actually just kind of pull these shapes out. And so this is basically just going to open, so we want to get the lips kind of close to how these controls, so these controls are actually controlling those joints. And so what we want to do is actually get those weights painted in that way, so when we see this, it's basically he's opening his mouth wide and then closing it again. So from here we can start Paint Skin Weights tool, and we can leave those joints hidden since we can work at this level, or you can turn them on. They just get kind of get a little messy in here, so I like to just keep things a little cleaner. So I'm going to unlock that left top lip, or actually I want to start with the top lip. So top lip, I'm going to uncheck that, and the head, okay, so it's head and top lip, right? So not left top lip, we want top lip. So that should be the only one. We want to check right cheek to be locked. So the only thing we should have is the head and the top lip. So alright, we can actually sort instead of by hierarchy, we can actually sort this alphabetically. This might help just a little bit, but it also might not. But with that, so top lip and head. So now that these are, so now that I have this, I can add this 0.1 value to this top lip. So I go to 105. That way I have a little bit more control here. So I really want to push this up. So I'm just painting this shape in here. And I'm going to bring my brush size down. And then here, going to actually paint into here as well. I don't want any on the teeth, but I'll fix that. Alright, so with that, with those two, I'm actually just going to hit this with a flood smooth, although I'm not sure I want to do that yet. Let's actually go to, we'll leave this and actually paint So replace 0. We don't want anything on the teeth. So we'll check that just to lock that guy. And then I'm going to look for left top lip. So left top lip, uncheck him, and go to add and point 1. And then from here, I'll start painting this one in. Let's try and get this. So a little bit there. So as we look at this, just trying to follow the contour. And probably put a little bit here as well as there. So this is grabbing from the head. And with this corner, I'll just grab a little bit of this. And probably just a little bit from here as well. So I want that corner to follow over there. So with that, we'll go to left corner. Actually, we want to lock that guy. And then go to left corner, uncheck him, go to left corner lip. And so here we can start adding to this one. So just a little bit there. Would be quite a bit coming over here. So just pulling from here. And since this is kind of low poly, we just try to get this close. So when we make our shapes, all right. So let's probably pull this pretty close, so we're coming kind of close, and then hit this with a smooth 0.1. And flood just a little. Okay, and for this one we want to go to left bottom lip, left bottom lip. Lower lip. Okay, I used lower. Set a bottom. So with that, that's going to be this one right here. So we'll unlock that. We just want to make sure this left corner is locked. And so with the left lower, we can start painting. So add 100% opacity at 1% value. And just bring this down. And then here, the subtle. So I just want to come pretty close. Keep that contour still coming to this wide open mouth shape that we're looking at. And then also put a little bit here too, so that opens up a little bit more. And then I will put a little bit here. And so with that, I will probably throw a smooth on this, so 0.1 flood, just to soften that a little bit. And so we'll lock that, and then go to lower lip and uncheck that, and go to add 100% opacity at 0.1. And from here, we'll paint this lower lip in. This is the time consuming, the facial stuff. You want to try and get this as smooth as possible. And so just trying to get close to that shape. A little bit here, and then I'm actually going to smooth that out. 0.1, just flood that to smooth. Okay, and then so what I want to do is go and grab all the lip, unlock all the lip stuff. So I'm going to lock inverse selection, so it's going to lock everything. And then I just want to go, I'm going to go by hierarchy just so I can see and reveal. So I do want the head, and then jaw I will leave, and then so left corner, left lower lip, right corner lip, right lower lip, anything to do with the lips. I just want to look through here and just unlock all lips. Okay, so I wonder if I can just say lip, actually star lip. Okay, so that helps. And here I did make sure head, okay, that's good. So now we should have all those unlocked, all the lips. And so with that in mind, we can go to frame 0 and do a mirror. And hopefully we'll go back to frame 100, check 105. That looks not too bad. Maybe a little bit more softening in some areas, but pretty close. So the top teeth, I do want to put the top teeth with the head. So I'm just actually going to select all those all those verts for the teeth and go to Paint Skin Weights tool. And then here I will go star lip and then lock all these, actually select them all and lock selected, and then go to head, oops, and then so just go back to the head, which is unlocked, and just do a 100% flood on, so 100% flood on that, on the teeth. And for the lower teeth, I want to do to the jaw. So select faces and then Control F9 to just select all verts, and also select all of the tongue as well, and just go to Paint Skin Weights tool, and for this one I'm going to look for star.jaw. Let's see, can we say jaw? Star.jaw. There we go. So unlock the jaw. And so we're going to pull from the head weights and say flood. Oh, actually, yes, we want to flood to the jaw. All right. And then also, whoops. So make sure I select. So now with the jaw selected, and just go back to regular influences. So now all we have is the head unchecked and the jaw, And so with that, we can actually select the jaw controller. And so let's say 120, we'll do a Control E, 125, we'll put a rotation, 39, somewhere around there, and then back to 0. Okay, and so 125, we'll go to Paint Skin Weights tool and make sure that we're on the jaw, which we are. And here I want to do a 100% value on, so just pull from the actual head. Okay, so probably this will be the jaw. This will be jaw. And this will be jaw. These. So just kind of pushing all this. Oops. So I'm going to undo all this just for a second. And one thing that I want to do that I forgot to actually do is, so these, so bottom lips, anything with bottom lip, and also this guy, so right bottom lip, and also probably the corners as well. So we'll grab those corners, so left corner and right corner, and then we'll pull these under the jaw. So select the jaw control, and then I'm going to go to 0 frame and just hit parent. So now if I go to 120 and select that mouth, that should open up that jaw. So now what I want to do is paint into the jaw shape. So here I'll select my paint weights tool and go, I believe I'm still under the jaw, and I'll pull from the head, so I will just go to add value, and let's go to let's go to 0.25. And so here we can actually just go kind of a little slow as we grab these into the jaw. So let's see, specified weight could not set due to locked influences. So head, jaw. Well, that's okay, that should be going. I'm going to the jaw with these guys. Didn't think these were basically assigned to anything. So just making sure. So with that lip, so that is a locked influence, that's fine. Let's see, so let's unlock these lower lips. And then that way I can paint into here a little bit. Alright, so I'm just grabbing a little bit into here. So all this into the jaw. Okay, lower lip. I'm not sure, we're unlocked there, so I don't know why we're locked influences. So head to jaw. Okay, actually going to go to frame 0 and do a mirror, and then go back to 120 and open that mouth back up. See what I'm getting. Okay, so I do want these, I want this corner, left corner, not left corner, left lower lip. So from here, I'm just going to grab, so add 0.1, should be able to grab into here. Let's uncheck these. So we have head, jaw, and so left. Actually, let's go star lip. So we're going to grab from all these. So we're going to look for, so with the left lower lip, we're going to just add to this selection. Whoops. So what am I getting right under here? That's not... So if I scroll back, so 125 should be good. Okay, so what I want to do, so lower lip, I want to go replace at 100 and just send that all the way down. So that's, I want that lip going all the way down, or that's the inside of the mouth. And then left lower lip, I'll do that vert right there. And this left corner lip, we can add to this. So we'll just add 0.25 and just add into here. And also here as well. So we can still see those teeth. And so here, actually just go to 0 frame and mirror, and then 120 to 125. Just kind of look and see what we got here. So I'm just going to hit 6Q. Alright, so that shape doesn't look too bad. Back to the Paint Skin Weights tool, and if we go to left corner lip, and go to add, and then 0.05, and then here I'm going to just bring my brush size, make it a little smaller, and actually just pulling this I'm just trying to get that a little bit closer. So just grabbing from this shape to bring that, round that out a little bit, since the corner is getting pulled down, which looks correct. I'll probably pull this down a little bit as well. I'm going to add into here. Alright, so from here I do want to do a smooth on this. So if I go smooth and 0.1 and flood, actually I'm going to undo that. This looks like it grabbed something else. Sometimes that flood joint will actually just flood into something else that you don't want. a little frustrating. So left bottom, left lower lip. So I'm just going to add and go 100 on the opacity and then leave the value at 0.5. Probably go to the jaw as well. I think the jaw is what actually pushed that. So if I go to the jaw joint, there's a jaw, and then I want to push this up. So I'm just grabbing from here. And with the lower lip, so left lower lip, and just pushing down into this a little bit, and just kind of soften this up area as well. Alright, so one thing I want to do is actually hit Q and say vertex, and I'm actually just going to copy this vertex weight and push this over to this guy, so, and also to this one. Okay, and then the teeth I want to actually copy and paste here as well. Okay, and go back to our starting frame and do a mirror weights and go back to 120 and just kind of look and see what we're seeing here. Doesn't look too bad. Mouth shape's not too bad. So if I turn off the facial shapes and also the rig controls, and then also turn off X-ray and wireframe on shading, if I hit F8, it looks not too bad for low poly. Probably soften that shape just a little bit, although it's not too bad, it's not too crazy. So one thing we do want to make sure of, so as we turn on our paint weights tool, just want to make sure that the head, so if I go to the head joint and just say lock inverse, and so the head is the only one that's unlocked, and go with a replace of 1, and then turn my brush size up, and I'm just hitting this area. So we have a few stray verts through this area. And to check that, we can just do, okay, so this guy, there's a couple verts here that are getting left behind. So one quick way to fix that, we can select those vertices, select those verts that are crazy, and under skin we can say prune small weights. Okay, that's not prune. I think it's hammer actually. We don't want to prune because we're actually not taking away from, we're going to hammer those. Which basically hammers the weight to get close to where else it's going to. So actually with these, we can select one of these, copy, and just paste that skin weight, and paste the skin weight here, which puts that at 100. Alright, so I'm just going to frame that, scroll out, and from here, just kind of look at all the weighting. It's not too bad. There is some, I probably do want to fix the shoulder. Yep, still want to fix the shoulder. I don't want to see the actual, okay, so let's go through here. So it looks like that's the shoulder is the only thing that still needs some love, and then skinning, because the fingers and everything look alright. They look decent. So I do want to fix that arm. So from here, we can actually, I'm going to just Control Save, and we'll go and fix this arm next.